Federation Chamber do now adjourn. I call the member for Herbert.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. When the Minister for Defence, David Johnston, then Minister for Defence David Johnston, rang me, he didn't sound happy. He went on to tell me that the ADF pay deal had been struck and there would be a 1.5% pay rise per year for the next 3 years. There were some trade-offs as well when it came to leave and allowances. Deputy Speaker, I had my say and I lost the argument. The decision was made. We're in a team game here. I mean, I could have threatened to cross the floor or move to the cross benches, but I did not. My leader, Tony Abbott, fronted the cameras and he said he wished it was not so. But the mess we were left meant that everyone had to carry some of the load. He also said at the time that as soon as the budget position improved, we would act on defence pays. In a city like Townsville, you don't have to go too far to meet someone who wears a uniform. While they will not publicly complain, they will tell you what they think in private. I also have a significant veteran population in my electorate and city. They said they weren't happy with the pay deal, but they would cop it sweet. What they could not understand was the loss of benefits. It had no economic impact. If it had an economic impact, they could understand, but these did not. So I went back to Minister Johnson and talked about it. I went to the PM and I spoke to him about it. He said the members for Solomon and Ryan, Natasha Griggs and Jane Prentice, had also raised the issue with him. He was able to reinstate the leave provisions immediately. I attended a rally at Townsville City Council forecourt organised by a former soldier who was also a member of the ALP. Now, there were a large number of ALP organised and public sector union members there, and they were the ones making the most noise. When I pointed out that the last 2 years of Labor's ADF pay deal, were in fact below inflation, they booed me down and held me down. When I pointed out that the previous government had left defence with the lowest defence spend since 1938, they held me down. When I asked the organiser why he did not organise a rally then for any of those things, when Labor was in power, they held me down. That's okay. That is their right. I went there because I owned the decision. I made my objections to the people who could control the issue, and I got a very good hearing, but I was not successful. Since then, whenever I met with the PM, Treasurer, Minister for Defence, Minister for Finance, Foreign Minister, anyone I could talk to, I spoke about the need to get a better pay deal than the one we own for ADF personnel. I spoke to former and current officers, NCOs and the rank and file. One message came through to me loud and clear. We have a highly skilled and intelligent ADF. We do our best to provide for them with the best possible equipment, but they told me that if we continue with the pays and allowances and keep on chipping away from governments past, present and future, we will lose good people. Recruitment of the best people will be harder and more difficult. And then we won't need to provide the best equipment because we won't have the people of sufficient intelligence to use it. And that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what came through to me. That's what came through to me the most. The one thing I'd also like to say is that the Prime Minister, the Treasurer and the Ministers for Defence, both Johnston and Andrews, have never forgotten about this. It has never gone away. We see the release of the intergenerational report today will come out and will show that the budget has improved and the things we're doing, we are getting on with the problem of facing Australia's budgetary problems. Deputy Speaker, this proves a few things. Our budget has a spending issue. And we are all part of the solution to get that right. But we also have a Prime Minister and a Treasurer who listen. And we also have two Ministers for Defence, both Johnston and Andrews, who will listen to their backbench. We have MPs such as yourself, Deputy Speaker, and the member for Solomon, and me, Craig Kelly, the member for Hughes, who live, work and represent our people. I owned this decision when it was first made because I am part of the government, which is facing challenges. I own this new decision because I and every MP with defence personnel in their seats never stopped working for our communities, and that's what we do in this place. I thank the House.
Well said, Member for Herbert. The question